Whoop, whoop, yee, yee. What is up, Bearcats? We're here. We're hanging. We're chilling. It's part 2 of the second half. I fucked that all up. It's the second half of the weekend block of HMG After Dark. Bearcats in the house. Hope you're all having a great weekend. Let's close it out strong with Who Framed Roger Rabbit, pal. Yeet, yeet. And we're watching it on YouTube. I had to purchase the rental. Hang on a minute. All right, hitting pause at the 4-second mark. And so want to get the intros out of the way. Hope you're all having a great week. Hope you're all having a fantastic weekend. Always appreciate getting to hang out and chill with you guys. And so we got Lab Rat in the house, pal. Yeah, sign that NDA. Play patty cake or else you're getting the dip. Whoop, whoop. Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, pal. Let's go ahead and get it. Hit play. We're at the 4-second mark on YouTube, the paid version. Let's do it. Which reminds me, I need to pay attention to DoorDash because I have a double dash on the way, pal. Let me put this out on Twitter real quick. Sorry, I did not catch that. I'm a real cartoon. All right, so we got the same person picking up the double dash, so we're all good, pal. Yeet. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, it absolutely would not be PG-13 today. No way. The average audience is way too much of a pussy to digest this. Acme chili sauce, pal. Yeet. Oh yeah, it would be PG-13 today. No doubt. At the least. What's the time? One second, let me hit pause. It is at 3:25, pal. Yeet. And it's time to get ill. Yeet. Dude, I do like how they. Dude, how dude, like the rules of the Who Framed Roger Rabbit universe are done so well, and they do a fantastic job of like sticking to them and keeping like this universe is kayfabe. Like they actually stick to this universe is kayfabe in such a brilliant way. And I know the vet would agree with me on that if he's not here already. Like, here's what makes Who Framed Roger Rabbit so great. It sticks to its in-universe kayfabe and never deviates from it.
There's no business like it. No business I know. Yeah, there's no business more expensive. 25 grand over budget on the latest baby oven top too. You saw the rabbit going his lines. He can't keep his mind in his work. You know why? 1 too many refrigerators strapped on his head. Ah, he's a spoon. You can drop anything you want on his head and shake it off. Break his heart. Goes to pieces just like you and me. Read it. Seen cooing over calamari with not so new sugar daddy was Jessica Rabbit, wife of maroon cartoon star Roger. What's this got to do with me? You're the private detective. You figure it out. Look, I don't have time for this. Look,
the only 2 movies or I should say, the only 3 movies I ever saw Bob Hoskins in was Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the Super Mario Brothers movie, and Hook. Or was it Hook, or was it the Muppets Christmas movie? I don't remember, but he was in one of the 2. That was when and then I heard him in an interview talking in like a pristine British accent. I'm like, okay, this dude's a good actor. Like, this dude's a fucking fantastic actor.
job's gonna cost you $100. Plus expense. $100? That's ridiculous. Close the job.
The only way you can make a Chip and Dale like animated, real life crossover work is if you manage to bring in Magnum TA and Indiana Jones. That's the only way that could work. Like, that's where the crossover happens, where like they kind of those 2 universes cross paths and they kind of look at each other and be like, the fuck? Like, that's the payoff right there. Hook, thank you. Hang on, check or see my food, where my deliveries are at. Cool. Currently waiting for second order. Nice shit. Whoop whoop. Oh, they did? That's cool. Like, that is cool, but yeah, like Chip and Dale, like doing some sort of interaction of, very Who Framed Roger Rabbit-esque, like, style production animation where Chip and Dale interact with Indiana Jones and Magnum PI. That would have been something else, man. That would have been something else. Yeah, if I get a little bit personal here, from a personal, social, political perspective, yeah, this movie, as much as I enjoy this movie, looking back on it as adult, it's a lot of pro-socialist stuff in here I'm not too fond of. Anti-free market stuff I'm not a big fan of, but it be what it be, pal. Mm-hmm. Let's check and see where my food's at. Whoop, whoop. They're still sitting in the drive-thru. Yeet. It's time for a little smoky toky time. Whoop, whoop.
My boss checks the books on Friday. And if I don't have that money I gave you back in the till, I'm going to lose my job.
Imagine the shop.
Be the pawn shop any chance, would it?
Oh, come on. You need the other 50, I need the camera. Any film in there?
Should be. I had that role developed since our trip to Catalina. Sure was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Let's do that again sometime.
Yeah, you're ready.
Just check the scroll.
Arcade Maroon? Is it Maroon cartoons?
Maroon cartoons? Hey, so who's your client, Mr. Detective to the Stars? Chili Willie?
What do you want to drink?
Bouncy the bigger bill. So what happened, huh? Somebody kidnapped Dinky Doodle?
Cut it out, Flo.
Hey, wait a minute, I know. You're working for Little Bunky. She's lost the sheep, and you're gonna help her find him. Get this straight, I don't work for toads. So what's his problem?
Toon killed his brother.
What? Huh?
Man, there's so much great story and character development in this movie, man. Like they spread so much, like they drop so many breadcrumbs in the beginning of the movie. They get paid off later. It's fantastic. So good. Man, I'm appreciating this movie like as an adult, having not watched it for like over 15 years. What is this? Oh, sorry about that. Yeet. I still got to pack a bowl. I haven't done that yet. Shit. Oh yeah, it's the piano duel between Daffy Duck and Donald Duck. Where else are you gonna see that besides this movie, pal? Even if it is a work. Yeah, for real. Give me the ink and paint club, pal. I had no problem paying the cover charge. Yeet. Yeet. Scotch on the rocks. And I mean ice. Hang on one second, checking on my delivery real quick. Yeet, yeet. Oh shit, they're right down the road. So we might be doing a quick pause break here, pal. Yeet. Tunes. We got Betty Boop as a cigar cigarette girl walking around the bar. Yeet. All right, 1 second, guys. I'm gotta step outside, take care of the delivery real quick. Just a few minutes. We're gonna hit pause. We are at the 17:55 mark, and we will resume there. Be right back. Whoop whoop yeet yeet. Sorry about that, pal. We're back. Yeet. Yeah, no kidding. My asshole gonna be exploding. So 17:55 mark. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? YouTube. Resuming in 3, 2, 1. Play. I love how they kind of like build and set up how. All right, so you got Jessica Rabbit, who's an incredibly attractive, voluptuous, curvy, busty, like cartoon woman. But they're like building how she's the lucky one in her relationship with Roger. Like that puts Roger over big time, which I think is brilliant writing. Yeet, once they're gonna take the pants off. It's hot in here. Yeet. Get out of here. Give me some money too. Yeah, pal. Yeet. Get me patty cake, pal. And give me patty mayonnaise too for all those if you ever watched Nickelodeon in the early mid 90s. Yeet. So take off all your clothes. Woo woo. Not that hot yet, but it's getting there though. It's getting there, pal. We might. Who are you calling a chump, chimp? Ooga booga, bitch. Oh shit, I forgot it's time for Smoky Toki. Whoop whoop. 1 sec, gang. See, what's the name of this strain? I gotta give you the strain before I smoke it. Diesel Lab, pal. And a pretty potent Diesel Lab strain from what I'm usually used to getting. So yeet. Oh yeah, patty cake. Patty cake. Patty cake. Oh yeah, come on. Give me the patty cake. Oh yeah. Oh, patty cake, patty cake, patty cake. Yeah, I gotta agree. Like, this is actually like an innocent, like, this is actually a very innocent way to introduce children to extramarital affairs. Like, nothing actually happens. They're just playing patty cake with each other. Like, looking back at it, you know, I'm, how old am I? I'm technically, I'm 37 years old. Actually, technically 38, but I consider myself 37 years old. Wait, am I 38? December 25th, 87. That's my birthday. So yeah, I'm technically 38. My bad. Calculations got mixed up there. My bad. Yeah, looking back at this as a 38-year-old, it's like, okay, that was clearly like a soft, like extremely soft version of adultery in a way that kids could understand it. The whole thing with patty cake. But then they start weaving that into the story of the film, and that's where it's like, okay, you actually, and you can't really be a kid to get, like, you actually have to have a higher intelligence to get and understand what's really going on here. Like, a kid ain't gonna get this. Like a 6, 7 year, like a 5, 6, 7 year old, they're not gonna get and understand any of this. At least an innocent one ain't. And I say this as somebody who went through this as you know, watched this as an innocent, you know, kid, and then later became corrupted through influences and mistakes I made the mistake of letting in my life, but you know, I learned and grew from them. So it's all good at the end of the day, and at the end of the day, God's in control, so it's all good. Whoop whoop. You got Eddie looking at pictures of him and his deceased brother while they're on vacation. That story, like the whole storyline of, yeah, they mentioned earlier in the movie how Eddie's brother was killed by a tune. That gets paid off big time later in the movie. I'm not going to spoil it, but it gets paid off in the biggest way possible. Like, that's how you fucking write a movie, pal.
Dad, why didn't you come to me? So, took a couple of dirty pictures, so good. I already got a stick in my hands. Thank you.
Lab Rat, it really is. Like, if you really look, like, looking at Who Framed Roger Rabbit from a 43,000 foot view, it really is a good detective movie because, like, they lay out the clue, like they do it, like they lay out all the evidence, but in a very subtle way where you really got to be paying attention to pick up on it, and they pay it off in the conclusion and the finale. Dude, they do it. It's really done really well. Yeet.
Just like a tune that dropped a safe in a guy's head. Sorry, Eddie.
Like here's one thing they did. I thought they writing and structure wise, I thought they did a fantastic job with. Judge Doom is the creator of Dip. So that immediately throws you off the scent of, oh, this guy might be a tune. Because why would a tune create something that could actually kill them for real? Which is a fantastic, creative red herring to throw people off the scent of, hey, Judge Doom might be a tune. Yeet. Dude, and they could not have found a better actor for Judge Doom than Christopher fucking Lloyd. Dude, there were so many years like I went by being like, wait a minute, hold on. I had no idea that the same guy who played Dr. Emmett Brown and the same guy who played Judge Doom, wait, that's the same dude? That's the same dude? Like that, I think that was the earliest, like, when something started sparking in my head of, okay, some people are just brilliant actors and are extremely gifted and talented in that role. Dude, Lab Rat, me too, man. Me too. Like, no joking, like when his, like at the finale of the movie when his eyes popped out and when he finally started, like, you saw his eyes for real, like the red and white, like vibrating, like, eyes, and then he started springing off of his feet like that. Yeah, that shit legit scared me. I couldn't watch it from that point on. Oh yeah, one of his earliest roles, pal. Whoa.
I'll catch the ravenous lion, and I'll try him, convict him, and execute him.
Dude, they like here's again this is this is my creative weird brain thought process here and knowing the ending of the movie already. I really think like part of the reason why they established or they wrote in, Judge Doom being the guy who creates the dip while being a tune himself, that's a red herring to throw you off of. To throw you off, like to throw off any inkling of any swerve that, oh shit, Judge Doom is actually a tune, because no tune would ever create something like that unless he's completely insane, psychotic, fucked in the head, like Judge Doom is. Which again furthers character and story, makes Judge Doom an even bigger asshole scumbag heel, to where he'd even throw his own people and be willing to sacrifice them and have them killed just to further his agenda. Like, Judge Doom's a piece of shit. If you really break it down and think about it, like, Judge Doom is a complete piece of shit. A sociopathic, psychotic, he doesn't give a shit who he has to sacrifice to accomplish his goals, scumbag piece of shit. Which is how he's written. He's a fictional character, and that's how he's written to be. A cigar smoking baby, like, dude. But it fits. The thing is, though, it fits into the overarching, universe and story they're telling of. Cartoons are also like individual sentient beings who are just like the cartoons you see them in. They're actual individual actors. Granted, they're cartoons who live under a different set of rules as humans. They're hired to perform and play these roles because they're cartoons. You can do these things to them and they won't die. Yeah, it hurts and they feel the pain, but it's like, hey, pay me enough and I'm in. Like, dude, this universe is like the Who Framed Roger Rabbit universe is constructed so well. So multi-layered. Like, if you really take the 43,000 foot view and break it all down, it's really well written and well put together.
Nobody. Who?
Right, exactly. Like, because Baby Huey is an animated character, you could and with the Who Framed Roger Rabbit universe's rules, he could easily be like he's technically actually like a 40-something-year-old cartoon midget who's so small that he could actually believably play the role of a cartoon baby and does it, And then when the camera's off, he's a cigar smoking, deep, raspy, deep, deep toned voice, and you hear his real voice. Like, okay, in the context of the Who Framed Roger Rabbit universe, that works. And that makes it even funnier. Who Framed Roger? Like, you guys ever hear him talk? Disco in front of me talks about, okay, you have a 2-hour block of television time to basically build a world, build a universe, and tell a story, and try to convince the universe, and try to convince the viewers, or try to suck the viewers, people watching into it, and make them believe that it's real. I really believe Who Framed Roger Rabbit exemplifies it. Because it's a well-structured, story within a universe where the rules are very clearly established and adhered to throughout the entire movie without deviation. You know what? I'm going to bring this up with Vet tomorrow night. Because as over the top and as unrealistic as Who Framed Roger Rabbit is, it's more believable than professional wrestling as a whole, because it's presenting itself like it's selling itself to you for what it is, never deviates from the rules that it's established for itself, the guidelines that it's established for itself, and sells you for what it is. I will. And part of the reason I think he would agree with me, and I think he'd be 100% on the same page with me on that. Because when he talks about what he thinks wrestling is supposed to be, is because he always says, okay, wrestling, like professional wrestling, has established itself as this. It's this universe. It's these rules. We need to abide by this. And this is what we're selling it to you as. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Its plot, its its universe, everything about it. It sells you for exactly what it is. It tells you a story that fits within its universe, and it never deviates from the rules, it never deviates from that universe's kayfabe. Like, for example, when the Weasels force their way into Eddie's apartment, and Eddie, while they're looking for Roger Rabbit, and Eddie has to wash the dishes and pretend like, that Roger's not in there. It still adheres to all the rules, all the guidelines established for that universe to keep it kayfabe, to keep you sucked in and make you believe that what's going on in this movie is real within the confines of that universe and its rules. Dude, here's an example of here's another great example of great movie writing. So they established the Chekhov's gun of the weasels. You can actually kill them by making them laugh to death. And a little bit of a spoiler alert, that ends up combining with Eddie getting back in touch with his funny comedic side and realizing, wait a minute, I can use this to beat my enemies. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to there, pal. Yeet, yeet, yeet. Like, dude, no joke. Like, the universe they set up and established in Who Framed Roger Rabbit is more believable than what I see most of the time on professional wrestling. You know, on professional wrestling TV, because like you watch them build, like you see them like they establish the foundation of the universe and the rules and, for lack of a better term, kayfabe that works within it. And at no point during this movie do they deviate from it. And instead, they build and develop it. And in my opinion, I think that that's one of the big things that makes this such a great movie.
Because they were so looking for it, actually killed it. Anything I can do? Maybe you can go downtown and check the probate.
Yes, check the probate. Why, my Uncle Thumper had a problem.
Dude, and the way they build the suspense and the story within this movie. Not prostate, probate. Dude, lab rat. Oh my. Like, right now, the first thing that comes to mind of R-Truth in the Who Framed Roger Rabbit universe, that he comes face to face, like there's a scene going on between Roger Rabbit and Mickey Mouse. He walks into the scene, all of a sudden he starts like he looks between the two of them, and all of a sudden he short circuits like, wait, how are y'all both in the same place at the same time? And he just starts short circuiting. I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way.
Set up to take those pictures. What are you talking about? Malone wanted to blackmail me. I didn't want to have anything to do with it, but he said if I didn't pose for those patty cake pictures, Roger would never work in this town again. I couldn't let that happen. I'd do anything for my husband, Mr. Remington.
Like, dude, man. The writing in this movie is so damn good. So damn good. Because, again, we find out, again, spoiler alert for those who haven't seen it, which I'm sure you all have. We find out Jessica Rabbit is indeed, a baby face who's been used as a pawn because she's trying to protect herself and her husband and let herself get taken advantage of. And then we find out later on with when Eddie forces a confession out of Arcane Maroon later on in the movie, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to there. Yeet.
I'm on the verge of wrapping up this case.
No, you're not, Eddie. That's what I came to tell you. I stopped my brother.
Dude, man, I admittedly I have not seen this movie, and at some point in the in the last 10 to 20 years, I have such a renewed appreciation for the writing, producing, character, and just overall story development that occurs throughout this movie, because they leave so many breadcrumbs where it's like when you get to like later in the movie, it's like, oh shit, okay, that makes sense now. Like, oh damn, okay, that ties that together. Like, as what's already been established at this point in the movie, what's already been established is the public transportation service has been purchased by a private corporation called Cloverleaf and is being shut down. Well, later on in the movie, we find out who the majority stockholder, share owner of Cloverleaf is. Like I always say, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, pal. But I'm a too. Dude, I'm just supposed to make people laugh.
I'm looking for a murderer.
This is probably one of my favorite Christopher Lloyd performances, because he's such a fantastic judge doing this. Like, he absolutely kills it. I didn't come here to harass. I came here to reward. He uses the bartender's hand to wipe off the chalkboard with the daily special, and then picks up a piece of chalk to write a bounty for Roger Rabbit. Dude, if I remember correctly,
He's right in the bar. Say hello.
Like, dude, and like they're like that whole like, dude, that's a brilliant build-up and swerve where you think Angelo's gonna stab Roger in the back, and it's like, no, he actually stands up for him, but he does it in a sarcastic, smart-ass way, which is, dude, that's such great writing and acting. And honestly, and that puts over Angelo as a babyface. Like you got a judge of the law basically saying, like, basically putting a blade to your neck saying, hey, turn this dude in to save your own ass. Not only does he say fuck you, he does it with sarcastic edge to it too.
Disassembling the place won't be necessary. Let it. I come right.
Shave and a haircut. Again, another breadcrumb, because who else would know this tune weakness other than another tune? Not only that, another tune that's become immune to it, or trained himself to become immune to it. And a haircut. Dude, I really think this is one of Christopher Lloyd's finest performances. Dude, he kind of does, Lab Rat. Dude. You know what? If Seth decided to, like, every week come out dressed as each one of the weasels, I'd pop for that, because I'm like, okay, I'll give you your flowers for that one. That's funny, pal. That shit's funny, pal. Like, going back, like watching this back again, like as a 38-year-old adult, dude, I really think this is one of Christopher Lloyd's best performances. I really do. Which I think was a combination of Christopher Lloyd being a fantastic performer, him reading the script, him seeing the entire story play out and being like, okay, I get it, let's do it. Or I should say, seeing how the story gradually plays out and how it develops, he's like, all right, like Adam West said when he saw the Batman script, I got it. Is that Benny? Is that you? No, it's Eleanor Roosevelt. Let me out of here. You gotta love Benny, pal. You gotta love Benny. Dude, like, no doubt, Labrat. Like, this was an all-star, all-around, just ensemble producing a movie, from writing, directing, producing, acting, you know, from the crew, the production crew, to everybody, just everybody involved making this movie. Everybody involved just absolutely killed it. Now remember, this came out in 1988. 1988. And like you see the quality of what kind of movie this was back then. Superb. Mwah. Yeah, did somebody call a cab? I'm gonna ram her. Oh yeah, that I'm gonna ram her. That might have been one of the first like overt Jewish accents I ever heard on like any type of media. Was in this. All right, so now we got Eddie and Roger hanging out in the top tier of a movie theater that's showing a goofy cartoon. Yeet. Man, you know what? I just thought of something. I've watched Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I've watched all 3 Men in Black movies. I'm starting to wonder how much of K was based off of Eddie Valiant. If you look at, like, seriously, like, look at both of the characters of K and Eddie Valiant. Aren't their characters pretty similar? Like, they originally started out as fun-loving, okay, we're serious about our jobs, but on the side, like, we can have fun, but then something happens where it's like, okay, job becomes life, becomes super serious about that, and then fun becomes non-existent. Yes, this is one of the most personal moments. Like, this is good character development and character, like, like, this is when Eddie finally feels comfortable enough to tell Roger about, like, the time he witnessed his brother's death. Where, like, Eddie kind of, he confesses to Rod, like, Eddie's like drunk out of his mind. And that's when he could kind of confesses to Roger, yeah, the reason I hate Toon so much, even after I was such like a Toon guy and comedy guy, was because, well, I witnessed my brother getting murdered by a Toon. Never forget it, like that dude's his burning red eyes. His burning red eyes. That'll come into play later, pal. Whoop, whoop, yeet, yeet. And also, this is good character development for Eddie and Roger, because like Eddie finally, like he finally has somebody in Roger that he kind of can trust and confide in and can, confess to, like, yeah, this is why I've been so fucked up all this time towards Toons, because my brother was killed by one. And Roger, being who he is, he's like, holy shit, dude, I'm sorry. Like that makes me embarrassed to be a Toon that somebody who's wanted me killed your brother. And if I had the ability to do something, I would stand alongside you to do something about it. Because Roger's a fucking cool dude. And all of a sudden, a newsreel plays where Eddie finds out Maroon's the stooge. He's the stooge. RK Maroon's the stooge, pal. He's the middleman. He's the guy to squeeze out for the question, to get the answers out of. Dude, and here's here's what I love about that scene, because Eddie and Roger have bonded and gotten to know each other enough to know, to the point where Eddie trusts Roger enough to have his back. However, the problem is somebody gets a drop on Roger, who at the same time, even though Eddie doesn't quite realize it yet, is on his side and also has his back, but had to get the drop on Roger for, like, her own personal reasons. Dudes, the writing in this movie is fantastic. It's so fantastic. So yeah, it was Jessica Rabbit who knocked out Roger with the frying pan, while Roger had Eddie's back. But at the same time, though, Jessica's like, okay, I gotta take Roger out of the picture because he doesn't know what's going on. I do, so I'm kind of gonna take his place while keeping him out of the picture and protecting him, because he's my husband and I love him and I want him to get hurt. Dude, that's such great writing. It's such dude, that's great writing. I'm a cartoon maker, not a murderer. Everybody's got to have a hobby. Hey, hang on. We gotta rewind. That's a big story development right there, pal. Holy shit. All right, so before I hit play, we are at the 1 hour, 6 minute, 27-second mark of the rented version of Who Framed Roger Rabbit on YouTube, where Eddie is basically about to I'll put it to you this way. Remember that scene from I forgot which James Bond movie it was, but it's one where that beam was about to blow, like basically slice him in half through his crotch, unless he confessed. Well, RK Maroon is kind of being put in that position by the babyface for babyface reasons, and we kind of sort of get a babyface result out of it. So let's see it play out. Whoop, whoop. Again, we are at the 1 hour, 6 minute, 27-second mark of the YouTube rental of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and we're going to hit play in. I should say we're going to hit play on play after a 3-second countdown. 3, 2, 1, play.
The truth is, I had a chance to sell my studio. The totally couldn't buy my property, and I simply sold him his. The stubborn bastard wouldn't sell, so I was gonna blackmail me with pictures of him in the rabbit trap. Blackmail, that's all. I've been around dudes all my life.
Alrighty, so all right, we're pausing at the 1 hour, 7 minute, 2-second mark here, trying to catch up with the story. So apparently, yes, RK Maroon was kind of the middleman in all of this because Cloverleaf, which is owned by the main antagonist, as we will find out later, although it should be obvious who the main stockholder in Cloverleaf is. Like, this should not be hard to figure out at this point. I mean, he reveals himself later on, but at this point, it should not be hard to figure out who he is. Approached RK Maroon and offered to buy his, cartoon studio, but this buyer also wanted RK Maroon to sell, and RK Maroon refused. So RK Maroon decided to agree to a deal to create compromising pictures create a situation where RK Maroon is put into a compromising situation where he's playing patty cake with Jessica Rabbit to to blackmail him, which is what Jessica Rabbit was alluding to when she was saying how she was set up to take those pictures. Again, this is what makes the writing and development and everything in this movie so fantastic, because it's like, oh, dude, so that's what that meant. Like, oh, damn. All right, sorry, guys. We're going to resume. We are at the 1 hour, 7 minute, 2-second point, and we're going to hit play when I say play at 3, 2, 1, play. All right, so apparently what RK Maroon revealed during that was because he let the majority shareholder of Shamrock, or whatever that company is called, convince him that unless he sold to him, then Toontown would be destroyed and all the Toons would be killed. And kind of laid out the groundwork of why that would happen if he didn't cooperate. And then as RK Maroon's laying this out, somebody points a gun through the window and shoots him through the back and kills him. Dude, fantastic writing. Like this movie was written so damn well. So damn well. like for a kids movie, like for a PG movie, the writing was fantastic. Like, I don't mean to get too much into spoilers, but like the way this movie has been written, developed, produced, the way everything's been set up, like by the time you get to the finale or the ending, it's like all of a sudden it's like, oh dude, like all of a sudden everything starts falling into place and making sense. Like all of a sudden the entire puzzle like just all of a sudden just clicks into place. And to what like the Who frame, I'll put it to you this way. When it comes to the what professional wrestling should take from the Who Framed Roger Rabbit's universe, they should take the rules, structure, and foundation of like what they built it on. Like they should take and adopt that. As far as the creative goes, nah, not so much. It wouldn't really fit in with professional wrestling. But the fact that they established a universe, they set the rules for it, and they stayed within those boundaries and adhered to those rules. And not only that, but like came up with the creative scenarios and situations to get over and enforce those rules and regulations of the universe. You know? Dude, super trippy, pal. Yeet. Dude, and they even like set up a set of rule like kayfabe, and I'm saying it's a kayfabe rules what happens when humans enter the cartoon universe, aka Toontown. Like, dude, like, how iconic is this? You got Mickey Mouse and Bugs Bunny in the same scene, and they give Eddie Valiant a spare like what he thinks is a spare parachute. He opens it, it's a spare tire. Yeah, Tweety did look a little bit buzzed, pal.
Not even your own eyes. That's the gun that killed R.K. Maroon. And Doom pulled the trigger. Doom? I followed him to the studio.
Stop. Which way do you go? I don't know, but he went that way. Let's go.
Oh no, where's Roger?
He checked it out back at the studio.
No, he didn't. I hit him on the head with a frying pan and put him in the trunk. So he wouldn't get hurt.
Makes perfect sense.
I'm not going anywhere in my car. Let's take yours.
Dude, the writing in this movie is so fantastic. It really is. Like, basically, you have like a cup, like within like 2 minutes, Jessica like explains like her entire plan to Eddie. Like, yeah, I was trying to protect my husband because he's a wuss, and he'll get himself killed. So I tried to knock him unconscious and hide him in the trunk of the car. And then I went after Judge Doom to try to take him out myself. Yeah, and one thing I really liked they established is how, like, Roger's ability to make people laugh is what makes people like him and have his back. Like, for example, like back in the bar, Angelo could have sold Roger out, but instead, he was a smartass to Judge Doom and like told him some bullshit. And of course, that Roger being funny is what made Jessica fall in love with him. Again, such fantastic writing and character development. Nice booby trap. So yeah, for reference, one of the weasels tried to frisk Jessica Rabbit by reaching into her cleavage, and then came out with a bear trap, snapped around the wrist, and then Eddie leans towards Jessica and says, "Hey, nice booby trap." Yeet. Move over, Rod. You got more problems than you got tonight. Benny the Cab, such a great character. Yeet. Dude, Seth would make a fantastic hyena. Alrighty, so Judge Doom just revealed himself as the sole stockholder of Cloverleaf, as in he's the man behind that company. Wow, all of a sudden pieces are falling into place, pal. From a story perspective. Dude, Benny's awesome, man. That's right, my dear. Enough dip to dip Toontown off the face of the earth.
Lanes of shimmering cement running from here to Pasadena. Smooth, straight, fast. Traffic jams.
Yeah, get me the dip, pal.
So that's why you kill that for this freeway? Of course not. Did I miss it? I see a place where people get soon. One struggle will be a string of gas stations, inexpensive hotels, restaurants.
Dude, Christopher Lloyd was the perfect Judge Doom, man. He killed it in this role, bro. My God, it will be beautiful. Yeah, traffic's still jammed up, pal.
Come down, you
Dude, and Roger growing a set of balls finally and like popping up out of the sewer and pulling a gun on the judge and the wheels being like, come on, who wants some? Like, dude, that was some pretty good, like you see, like you watch Roger be this like kind of timid, be like, okay, I love my wife, I love my friends, but like, and then he finally grows a set. Yeet. Like Roger grew a set to the point where it's like where his wife's telling you they're about to die together. She's like, hey, dude, thank you for stepping in and giving it your best, and I love you for it. And at least we get to go down together. At least that's what I got out of this. Oh, dude, the weasels are great, man. The weasels are fantastic. You gotta love them, man. Dude, and what makes this whole thing about Eddie making a complete goof out of himself to entertain and make the Weasels laugh is because this is actually who Eddie is. It's just because because his brother was murdered by a tune that kind of changed him, where it's like, I'm going to put this part of myself away and I don't want nothing to do with it anymore. But now he finds himself in a position where it's like, okay, I can fight the forces of evil with this comedic side, and that's what he's doing. Character development and writing, pal. Yeet. Yeah, and now we're watching the Weasels laugh themselves to death. Literally. Wait, I got to rewind this. I'm sorry, guys. All right, hang on. When it gets to it, I'll start singing along to it so you guys get it. Because like we can't pass it because this is actually kind of a funny joke. Hang on, we might miss it. Sorry, guys. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. We're ready to be, I think. All right, hang on. All right, so let me rewind. We're currently at the 1 hour 25-minute 8-second mark on YouTube. Let's hit play in 3, 2, 1, play. Nose, but that doesn't rhyme with walls. Nah, but this does before Eddie kicks the lead Weasel right in the fucking nuts. Like right in the fucking balls. Just straight crotch shot, pal. Yeet. Oh, dude, those Weasel Angels, pal. And here comes Judge Doom for the final fight. Yeet. Wicked. He's got the Frank Sinatra sword, pal. Dude, and the fact they did it in a way where Eddie ends up, where it's like the judge doesn't outsmart Eddie. It's like Eddie ends up fucking up and gets and kind of hoists himself a little bit in his own petard that, and then the judge takes advantage of that, and all of a sudden Eddie finds a way out of that, and he slips out of it by his own genius. Dude, such great writing, man. So what happened is Judge Doom just kind of got himself stuck in glue, and now he ended up stuck into the steamroller wheel. Now he's about to get smashed. This is the part that scared me as a kid, because this is the big swerve where it's revealed that Judge Doom is actually a toon because he gets run over by a steamroller and survives. Not only survives, but like pops up and like bow, wow, wow.
Freeway idea could only be hooked up by a tool.
Not just any tune. Here's the big swerve, bro. Judge Doom has a history with Eddie. We find it out, like a big time history with Eddie. Alrighty, so Judge Doom is the toon that murdered Eddie's brother. So now all of a sudden this becomes like super fucking personal. Dude, great writing. Great fucking writing and character and story development. I agree with you, Lab Rat. Like, this is fantastic. Like, no, like cinematic nor fiction. It just kind of flies under the radar of that genre because of the cartoon elements that are involved in it, which in the context of the story and the universe enhance it. Which is so weird, like which kind of like boggles my mind of why they would reject it. Because like the cartoon animated elements of this, Noir universe, like enhance and give more, structure to the story and characters. All right, and now we're watching Judge. Due to the events of the finale, you're watching Judge Doom melt into a puddle of his own dip. He's dying. Judge Doom loses. The baby faces go over, pal. Yeet. And Eddie saves Roger and Jessica at the last minute, just before the dip machine plows into him. And the dip machine enters Toontown before getting plowed over by a train. So it's destroyed. Toontown is saved. Everybody's safe. Yeet, yeet. The baby faces win. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, pal. Of course, Eddie's got to pop the fire hydrants. The water fire hydrants is, get rid of all the dip because, fuck, man, this shit's going to kill Roger and Jessica if they, step into this. Sister Marion Francis.
This is the rope from the safe that was dropped on Angle. I think your lab boys Planet paints a perfect match. Judge Doom killed Marvin Acme and Octane LaRue and my brother.
So Judge Doom killed Marvin Acme and Octane LaRue and my brother. Dude, and you have at the time, every single popular cartoon, surrounding Judge Doom's melted body, being like, this is the guy who tried to take us out. Fuck you, Judge Doom. Dude. So that love letter from very early on in the movie had actually already been pre-written by Marvin Acme as his will, granting Toontown to the Toons. But he wrote it in disappearing, reappearing ink that just appeared at the end of the movie. Dude, such great fucking writing. Such great fucking writing, man. I think Jessica might have just been a little bit in audio asphyxiation, pal. To what degree, I don't know, but at least to some. Smile, Don, you smile. Yeah, pal. Yeah, this is literally how this movie ends. We got Porky Pig doing the bitty 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 bitty. That's all, folks. With Tinkerbell popping in. Yeet. Such a great movie. I really, honestly, I have no idea how much the Smack Attack is gonna be about talking about this movie, but we'll find out when we get there, pal. Seriously, thank you guys so much for stopping and hanging out and watching it. Watching it too. Always a pleasure. Always a privilege getting to hang out and chill with you guys. Much love. Whoop, whoop, yeet, yeet. Yeah, we'll be back to see tomorrow. We got Raw watch, Smack, Raw Locker Room, SmackDown watch along, Impact Attack. Yeah, busy day on Mondays, pal, right here at HMG. Hope to catch you on one of those. Whoop, whoop, yeet, yeet. As far as tonight goes, we're going to just be chilling, relaxing, not doing anything. But of course, this coming week we got stuff going on. We got Raw continuation, NXT late start watch alongs, AEW Dynamite watch alongs, TNA watch alongs. There's so much going on at HMG. Hope to catch you there. Hope you have a great rest of your night tonight. Hope you have a great start to your Monday. Much love to y'all. Whoop, whoop, yeet, yeet. Always appreciate getting to chill and hang out with you. We'll catch you on the next one, pal. Giggity, giggity.